This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently, and when thou seest parts of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou well understand that at the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Barak thy Yahweh, Barak thy Yahweh Shai, Barak thy Yahweh, Barak thy Yahweh Shai. Barak thy Yahweh, Barak thy Yahweh Shai, Ka Elohim La Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. And double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, rule web, and a great example to the young brothers in the truth. Peace and blessing to the hopeful elect, Lord, when this edifying lesson. And this is another edition of Measure Thou the Time Diligently, and we're going to get into it.
See so-called wanderers of all shapes and sizes passing by Earth all the time. But now they say they've discovered the largest comet they have ever seen, and it will reach the orbit of Saturn in 2031. Dubbed Bernard Donnelly.
And I'm going to stop it there. I believe they talk about these asteroids, and first off, it's all confusing because they say the dinosaurs were killed off by asteroids and meteorite, asteroid, what it's called, a meteor shower. But that's not true, man. The Lord, the dinosaurs are just put a lot of these different creatures they find fossils of and things like that. The Lord got them hidden, you know. But it's all to push forth that confusion. The scriptures say that the devil shall be loosed a little season. The devil shall be loose, going to Revelation 20, and he gonna deceive the world. You know, he gonna be loose a little season to deceive the whole earth. You know, and that's one of the things he used on the earth billions of years old. Asteroids destroyed the earth, but the earth was only destroyed one time, and that was with the flood. You know, it was never another catastrophic event that happened, like an asteroid strike and all that. The only catastrophic event that happened in the earth was the flood that affected the whole earth, put it like that. It was never an ice age and all that old crazy shit, man. You know, billion years ago was an ice age. Then, you know, the dinosaurs came. Then a meteor strike attack. Then the ice age. It's just all confusion. It's all fake. The only thing that happened was the flood. You notice with science, they'll never talk about the flood, but they talk about ice age. They talk about a meteor strike. They talk about all these other different things that never happened, man. You know? And I ain't saying meteors are fake. Yeah, they real. Meteors hit the ground. Meteors come out of the outer space and hit the ground, but that is not how the earth is gonna end. When the Bible talk about a lot of times they think that's talking about meteors. It's actually talking about missiles, man. It's talking about those ICBM missiles. Or the Lord coming back in that great fathership that was likened to a mountain. But let's keep going.
Bernstein, after the two astronomers who discovered it.
It is a long-standing tradition that comets, the discoverer gets their name attached to the comet, like Halley's Comet. So nothing wrong.
This Acts 2 and 19, and I will shew wonders in heavens above, and signs in the earth beneath, blood, fire, and vapor of smoke. So these comets, it's just another wonder in the heaven above. You know, Esau be watching the skies, you know, and the comet is a wonder above because they say these comets got precious minerals on them. These comets got gold and different metals and, you know, probably precious stones and all kind of different things, man. It's so much out there that we're gonna receive when we change and the Lord come back and take the kingdom and we restore the earth and back in righteousness and whoop these nations into the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahweh, the ways of the Israelites. It's a lot gonna be out there for us, man, to discover. More than our heart can desire, more than we can even explain, man. These bodies can't even explain it the right way.
The names, it's just I'm a little clumsy with names. But this comet is unusual. And if I say something like giant comet headed toward the sun or whatever, people will get a panicky, strange idea. It's not like that at all. This is not going to come anywhere near the Earth. In fact, quite a distance away. But There's something about it that's special. It really is a big comet.
This is the most important meteorite ever to have fallen in Britain. It will help reveal the birth of the solar system.
By the way, the largest comet
And Moses revealed the birth of the solar system with Genesis, man. You know, see, these scientists, they try to take all the credit from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and they trying to come up with some elaborate way that it happened. No, the Lord told you how it happened. The Bible has stood the test of time with prophecy already. And they still trying to exalt themselves above the Most High. They trying to figure out another way how it was created, you know. Because at the end of the day, these top wicked elite, they know that the Bible is written to and for the Israelites. That's why they don't use it. That's why they got scientists and they trying to come up with all these different theories to debunk what the Bible say ultimately. Do you read Genesis 1 and tell you how the solar system was made? And he say a meteor exploded or no crazy shit like that, man.
ever seen has now been discovered, and apparently it's heading toward the sun. Researchers say this comet will make its closest approach to Earth in 2031.
Okay, so I'm perusing yesterday, and all of a sudden, no one's talking about this, but apparently we might die this weekend.
And they talk about 2031. You devils ain't got to no fucking 2031. You devils gonna be in hardcore captivity by 2031, man. They inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, man. These devils think they gonna literally be here until they destroy everything, man. No, your ass finna go into hey, that big mountain is coming, man. He gonna be coming around the mountain when he comes, literally.
I should take that back. The scientists say we won't, but there is an asteroid that's coming very close. So that's how you say that so matter-of-factly.
And they got that new movie at, now this an old or measured out of time diligently from this video. These videos come from Jason A. Smith now, but this a kind of old video. But this movie just recently came out. Don't Look Up, you know, and it's going into this same thing. And they were telling them, look, it's a comet finna hit. And it's the side, you know, it's going to be catastrophic. And, you know, they were just trying to brush it off. You just go watch the movie. I ain't even watch it all yet. I watched some of it. But this basically the same type time that they own, you know.
So there are like designations for asteroids. And this one in particular has been labeled potentially hazardous because of how close it will come to Earth tomorrow. Did anybody tell you that?
I didn't know about it.
Coming. We have no Ben Affleck ready. There's nothing happening. It's like the Bruce Willis is unavailable. Yeah. We have no idea what's going on.
Part of a family driveway on which a meteorite landed in February has been removed and will go on display at the Natural History Museum. The meteorite, which is already on display at the museum, crash-landed in Gloucestershire in February. Scientists will carry out research on both the meteorite and the driveway.
In the depths of the winter lockdown, something bright came to Earth. A blazing fireball from back in deep time landed on a driveway in the Cotswolds. It was a space rock.
Yeah. So will you keep your eyes to the sky stuff? Always, always. And we'll always have an interest in it because we've been inspired by the scientists we've met. So we always want to keep going.
Waiting for that next fireball.
Yeah.
This is the most important meteorite ever to have fallen in Britain.
Gary Bernstein, a University of Pennsylvania astronomer and co-discoverer of the object, said in a statement, "We have the privilege of having discovered perhaps the largest comet ever seen, or at least larger than any well-studied one, and caught it early enough for people to watch it evolve as it approaches and warms up. Experts say that it's the most distant comet ever to be discovered."
It's outgassing quite far already. It's not as close as it'll get, so it has to be some volatiles that are coming off. I just don't know what they will be. And by the way, just for your reference, here's the state of Delaware. So, and here's the size of Los Angeles County compared to Delaware. So we're talking about an LA County-sized comet out there kind of flying at us. So, keep that in mind whenever we reference Delaware. It's a little longer than it.
So like, and this precept going into another reason they, look to comets coming and destroying the earth, and they throw that out there to confuse the people because of this precept right here. This the book of Daniel. This the book of Daniel chapter 2. If I ain't mistaken, in verse 40. Make sure this book of Daniel chapter 2 and verse 40. Straight to the point. Damn, I was just on. 45, this Daniel 2 and 45, it say this going into the vision that Nebuchadnezzar seen, that Daniel was breaking down into him on the statue that he seen. The head of gold, the chest of silver, the breastplate of silver, the legs of iron. If I ain't mistaken, and the feet mixed with mire and pottery clay, those 4 kingdoms. It say, for much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hand, and that it break in pieces the iron and the brass and the clay and silver and gold and the great Salakia and gold, the great power Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai have made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter. And the dream is certain and the interpretation is sure. Now, it was just going into the kingdoms, the Babylonians, the Medo-Persians, the Assyrian Medo-Persian, the Greeks, Romans, and then this kingdom that we in now. And I ain't saying it exactly correct, but I know the Babylonians was the head of gold, Nebuchadnezzar, that was him. And then the silver, that was I want to say the Medes, the Persians and Medes, Medo-Persian, Syrian, that mixture of the kingdom. Then the legs of iron. I could be missing one, but I ain't gonna read all this and The legs of iron was the Roman Empire, and then the feet mixed with miry clay, and iron and miry clay is then you got it say this image head was a fine gold, the Babylonians, his breast and his arms of silver, and I want to say that's going into the Persians and Medes, or the Assyrians or something like that. And then his belly and his thighs of brass. Now that brass, I want to say that's going into the Greek, but I need to look up. Matter of fact, let me try to pull it up because they got it up, and I ain't been over it in a minute. Let me go look over it. I don't want to be giving off no wrong information. It won't hurt to just look it up. second. So like I wasn't gonna go into this, but I don't like that. I don't know what statue. Okay, yeah, I had it right. And all you gotta do is just put in the statue and Daniel. It tell you, you know. So all this information is readily available. There's no excuse. So the head of gold was the kingdom of the Babylonians. The chest and iron, or chest and arms of silver is the Medes and the Persians. The belly and the thighs of bronze was the Greeks. The legs of iron was the kingdom of ancient Rome. The feet of miry clay, uh, it say the feet of iron and miry clay. It say the kingdom of restored Rome, and we in the kingdom of restored Rome. America, NATO, in the EU, man. That's the restored Roman Empire, man. And damn, Russia's not a part of it. And then it say the crushing rock is the kingdom of God, man. That's just one of the statues. They got more of them, you know. And then they got another one. You know, but that was pretty much the point. I ain't gonna go out into all that. I need to look at that one. It looked like it got dropping names. But that was pretty much the point. But let's go to another precept that make them try to be like, oh, that's talking about um that's talking about a meteor, what they call it, the doomsday and Armageddon, and that's another word. The apocalypse gonna go out, and, you know, that's what they say. I'm gonna just read this Revelation 8 in verse, straight to the point, verse 10, and it say, and the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers, and and upon the fountains of the waters. Now they basically, that's pretty much the point. I ain't gonna go all into it, but I keep going. And that's ultimately talking about the missiles. It's not talking about a meteor. It say, in the name of the star is called wormwood, and the third part of the rivers became wormwood, and the man and many men died of the waters because they were made bitter. Yeah, because that wormwood, if I ain't mistaken, that word wormwood go into contaminated. Let's look it up real quick. Because if it's gonna be contaminated with radiation, that's what's coming for the earth. Nuclear destruction, not no meteor and all that. Can a meteor hit? Can the Lord make a meteor hit to add to the devastation? Of course he can. He can do that. But I'm going to close it out after that, you know. Just wanted to speak on it and get that out the way. Let's see what that word wormwood mean real quick. If I ain't mistaken, I want to say it's contamination or something like that. ain't saying nothing. They just saying bitter too. So, and this in the blue letter. And it ain't telling me nothing. Just saying there's a type of bitterness, i.e., figuratively a calamity. Yeah, that nuclear destruction. Yeah, it ain't telling me nothing. It just saying wormwood. It say the name of a star which fell into the waters and made them bitter. Nah, that's the name of that damn missile that's gonna fall into the waters that's gonna make it bitter, man. It's gonna clean it. The Lord finna clean this earth up, man. But that's pretty much the point. And with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to end giving all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rakakadash. The double honors to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone rule, who have been a great example to the young brothers in the truth, and peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. Shalom, Kwam Yashala, Baba, Shalom.